All right, welcome to Menu Heroes
I keep forgetting
Digest.
which. It's so flipped, so I have to keep remembering that. Oh well. So anyway, I see you guys again. It's been quite a week. Yeah.
It has been a week.
Not too much news, not few news, just a right amount of news.
A modest amount of news.
Yeah. And I've seen another video game related movie, and we'll talk about that near the end.
Yeah, well, he'll give a brief, spoiler-free review of the surprise movie. So let's just go ahead and get started.
Yes.
So Legendary Entertainment, everyone's favorite company that exists, I guess.
I mean, I'd say they have a pretty solid track record. Like,
They have a pretty solid
I'll look up
track
their entire filmography.
They are doing Street Fighter.
Yep.
They have the exclusive live-action TV and movie rights to Street Fighter. These projects will be co-developed and produced with Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the movies that Legendary Entertainment has worked on is a video game one. It is Detective Pikachu.
Yep. Yep,
Hi,
and they
Kaiju.
also did, hey, Kaiju, ho. And speaking of Kaiju, they also did Pacific Rim. They did at least the three Godzilla, the three, North American Godzilla movies that isn't the 90s one. So you don't have to worry about that. Also Kong Skull Island,
Come here.
doing Dune. And also they helped produce The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
Yep, I'll take it.
Inception, Hangover, yeah, these guys got a track record.
Ow.
And
Punched me in the face.
also did the Hangover movies, so
Oh, and they are working on Dune 2.
yeah, and also they did Krampus, the 2015 one that I really enjoy.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, they've got a plethora, they've got a variety of some really good movies on their belt as well, and by all means, I realize there's been 2 live-action adaptations of Street Fighter that aren't quite that faithful, but at least one of them is super entertaining. Raul Julia giving the a heck of a performance while he was diagnosed with a terminally ill disease. So, by all means, that's at least worth one checking out. And the less said about Legend Chun-Li, the better.
And speaking of video game adaptations, there was something we meant to mention last week.
Yes, basically,
Slipped through the cracks.
I think you were about to, but then I went on a long tangent about Mario, and that's why, because I feel like you were setting up. Speaking of Doom here, or the Doom of something, here's also a live-action Doom series coming to Peacock. Again, that is Doom, Doom, because apparently whenever I say Doom or Dune, they sound too similar.
They do sound similar, but it's not just you.
Okay.
They just sound very similar.
Yes. So that one also had a previously existing live-action attempt with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Carl Urban, and Rosamund Pike. But this was like back in the early 2000s, so they were still pretty early in their career, not the big household names they are now.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think the movie's their fault. It was just like,
Just badly written.
yeah, and it's sort of like,
Doom is not an easy game to make into a movie because
yeah,
it's hard to capture that spirit without it being, because the main character doesn't talk at all.
yeah.
Or, well, no, he does talk,
Well-
but like it's very infrequent.
Well, for one thing, his main motivation is that the demons on Mars killed his rabbit.
Yeah.
And not to say you can't do a compelling story about that, and also, because like,
And John Wick.
I mean, that, and also there was a Nicolas Cage movie called Pig, where a bunch of hunters killed this old guy's, pig, and obviously he went on for revenge. So there's ways you can do the revenge thing.
It's just with Doom, and then they've had this problem with the games. They end up getting bogged down by adding political stories. Not like, when I say political stories, I don't mean anything reflective of real life. Like, I mean, like,
You heard it here, folks. Doom gone woke.
But like they
SJW Doom guy.
they focus too much on like politics in universe, if that makes any sense.
Okay, are you trying to say they put too much world building into it and not a whole lot of...
They put too much world building that nobody cares about into it. Which is pretty much what politics is. It's world building that nobody cares about. I'm kidding, of course. Politics
but I guess I can say, like, Doom is a series that is built more towards simplicity in terms of, like, you are a guy that is on, on an alien world, and there's demonic-looking monsters. You gotta kill them, and you get through these whole areas of things. And apparently there's usually some other humans that are possessed or taken over by this. I think the movie was trying to go with that angle of, like, this guy's former crewmates were possessed or controlled by demons. And that, I think, could work as a movie, but it was not well executed. Granted, I haven't seen the movie in a while. We might end up doing another little freaking watch-along, or not watch-along, but like...
a movie night.
Movie night where Doom and
Street Fighter.
One of the Street Fighter movies might do that one day. Because, I think we mentioned we did a double feature movie night with the 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie and the 2000 Dungeons & Dragons movie. That went pretty well. Well, it actually, surprisingly, we had a pretty good time with the 1993 one.
Yeah.
The 1993
Dungeons & Dragons 2000 was just so boring.
It comes off so much like a TV movie, but not in a fun Disney Channel. Like, I at least have fond memories of some of the Disney Channel original movies. But even Dungeons & Dragons, it comes off as cheap, but nowhere near as enduring or as entertaining.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, back to our original topic here with Street Fighter and Doom. Their stories for those games are not super complicated, except we're talking about Street Fighter V, but then again, even Street Fighter fans did not like the storyline of Street Fighter V. So, it's one of those where I think there's enough material to where you could do a series or even a movie, but as I said, like, hey, Mario and Sonic made me believe that it can be done, so, and I think there's enough strong, people recognize Street Fighter, people are aware of Doom, to where you could gain at least a decent audience, even if it is just good. If it's great, then you got a hit.
Bonus points.
Yeah.
Speaking of great and hits.
Oh, yes.
Peaches might be the newest Oscar winner. We are not playing the song because that is an instant copyright strike.
Both Universal and Warner Brothers are becoming really, really set on just taking down anybody that even uses a sliver of their content. But, if I was willing to get a copyright strike for anything, it'd be for you, Mr. Black. But not really, because it is your channel.
Well, the reason we won't do it is because there's a big chance of it getting the whole section being silenced, and then at that point, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So Jack Black, in case you missed it somehow, played Bowser in the Mario movie.
Yeah.
And he has a song, a ballad for Princess Peach, and it is Oscar eligible.
It is. It's an original song. It has a big part of the movie, and it's not based on any it's obviously it's based on Princess Peach and everything, but like there's no existing song that's like it, so it is eligible. And it's already much better than that one original Cats song they did a while back. Do you even remember the Cats live-action movie?
I never watched it. I don't hate myself that much.
Well, I do hate myself, and I wanted to at least see if it really was as bad as everyone said it was. And
was it?
Oh my God, it was. Well, it doesn't help the fact that like the director just wanted the cast to just play the roles as is, and then they just go over the movie in post and have just CG. This is why the CGI looks so terrible. And still looks terrible because like nobody was wearing suits, nobody was wearing even like the dotted things. The director said, just say the lines, do the performances, and we'll put you in a cat suit later. And no, it was terrible. And the original song they had that was not in the original musical, Beautiful Ghosts, also bad. So and they tried doing that because they wanted an original song to be eligible for Oscars. And boo, I say boo to you and boo to that song, because no, it's not, so this is already way better than that.
Peaches.
Okay, no, we're done.
Splatfest.
Yes.
So Splatoon 3 is a really fun game.
Oh, yeah.
And as most of you know, they have Splatfest, which are just contests, and Splatoon 3, it's against, it's 3 teams facing off against each other.
Yeah.
The next Splatfest has been revealed. It is Tears of the Kingdom themed. This is official artwork, by the way.
Looks lovely.
Very cool. I would love it as a poster. It goes from 5 p.m. PT on 5/5 through 5 p.m. PT on 5/7. And the tagline is, "Which do you seek? Power, wisdom, or courage?"
So it's only just going to be just the Splatfest itself, no extra content or any like DLC things.
I believe there might be I believe there's a special stage.
Okay.
For this Splatfest.
Okay.
But there's not like DLC specifically for Zelda.
Okay, I understand. By all means, I've actually dipped my tentacles, if you will, into Splatoon 3. Having a lot of fun, but obviously you guys have been playing a lot more than I have. Yeah, by all means, this is certainly it feels so on brand, or just in terms of like, getting stuff, getting various other Nintendo things involved in here.
They've done it with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah.
And they had keychains for those, and they'll have keychains for these.
Oh
Real physical keychains.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I guess I am secretly hoping that like they might do the Animal Crossing thing where we might occasionally see like unlockables or DLCs, so like you could actually have like certain outfits or costumes or collectibles that are a Zelda themed or other Nintendo property themed. Just feels like this would boost the game.
Perfect opportunity.
Yeah, and cross promotions. Just hey, that's a free idea, Nintendo.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you don't really need it, but like, hey, it'd be nice to like add some custom. I mean, just come on, who wouldn't want to see their Inkling in a green little Link suit? Especially if it's Toon Link. He's my favorite.
Wind Waker is a great game.
It is. Oh yeah.
So Nintendo Live in the USA.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no. Basically, Nintendo Live, the Japan-only event happening in Japan-only event, but it's coming to Seattle in September.
Yeah.
Okay. They'll have panels and they'll live stream it or anything or.
So it's a multi-day event, and basically they have live performances.
Oh.
A lot of them musical performances, but they also specify live performances in addition. I'm not sure what that means.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been in the past Mario Kart and Smash Brothers tournaments held.
Yeah.
So it's extremely likely that will happen this year.
But also, I'm pretty much guessing there'll be Splatoon fests and everything. There'll be little tournaments or anything.
That's a good point. There might be, yeah.
I would have said also ARMS might have been a thing they would have done for ARMS tournament, but then again, they're not doing anything with ARMS in the last couple of years. I feel that game had a lot of potential, but they kind of gave up prematurely. Yeah, prematurely. Yeah. But in terms of performances and everything, I strongly think they will have bands playing the orchestra versions of Mario music, Zelda music. I'm sure even some Splatoon music would also be great. And also Animal Crossing, I'm sure they got nice little tunes. They'll get you moving, grooving. Yeah.
Live KK Slider concert.
Please do that, Nintendo. Oh my god! You can even just have just a guy in a suit, but there's actually someone do a KK Slider songs in the background or something like that. That would get a big pop from not just the audience, obviously, but obviously if you could, in any way to leak it online, I'd watch the video and download it.
It is likely that there will be some live streaming of the event. It just hasn't been announced yet.
Okay.
So Diablo 4.
Yeah.
Now, it's Blizzard, so we don't care. So, no, I'm just kidding.
Well, I have some nostalgia for the Diablo series. It is definitely like it's one of those RPG series that has effect on me, and I do wish that the Diablo franchise was doing a bit better. Unfortunately, yeah, it is the politics going on at Blizzard right now that does hurt my love and a lot of people's love for it. And the fact that they were originally not going to have a Diablo game on PC, it was going to be a mobile game. That got a lot of Diablo fans real mad. So basically, Blizzard's plan is to minimize backtracking. They're going to do dungeons events, and they're going to increase from 10% to 60%. There'll be extensive changes to classes. UI is getting some quality of life updates. Encounters have some bug fixes and rebalances. Basically, just trying to polish this game. Trying to hold on to to give some penance to the fan base because, again, Blizzard.
Not known for being the best at listening.
No, not really.
And it is worth noting that these changes are being based on player feedback.
Yes.
So, for example, a quote that I found from the article.
Yeah.
While our dungeons offer a variety of objectives to complete, player feedback stated that the action of completing each objective felt tedious, which is why they're minimizing backtracking.
Yeah. And that is definitely the thing in any RPG that I'd say, can we cut back on that some? Can we reduce?
Backtracking can really kill a game.
It can.
Wind Waker's great, but the whole Triforce.
I will never complain about fast travel in any game. It just makes it so much easier and so much more convenient.
I'm playing through Sonic Frontiers. First thing I do on each island, unlock fast travel.
Solid.
The fact that I have to unlock it annoys me, but I'll do it.
At least it's an option.
At least it's an option.
There are plenty of games I can think of that don't even have that.
But there is a link on screen for a more extensive list of the changes that are being made, but there were just way too many to list in this. Yeah,
this is at least like the things that at least fans have been asking for, and that they will
making changes to. So
yeah. So hey, we have rightfully talked about your downbringing Blizzard. Yes, we will at least mention when you do some good.
Respect where respect is due.
Small little, but it's a step forward.
Speaking of steps forward,
I
didn't have a segue for this.
Okay.
So, go ahead. I can't say the word right, so.
Okay, Ocarina of the Wild. So basically, GV Mimi beat Breath of the Wild with an ocarina. Basically, she's a Twitch streamer. Been getting some just slowly creeping up there in terms of viewership and followers. And she actually built a custom controller setup to make it look like an actual ocarina. In order to.
Sorry to interrupt, but it is an actual ocarina.
Oh, nice.
So the setup that she has customized will actually translate the notes that she plays into button presses. So like she'll play a certain sequence of notes and it'll be like the attack button, for example. And there is a link. Give me one moment.
No problem. It's just, sometimes you'll gush over like controls and the history of some controllers, but
this stuff.
This is definitely one. Not to say they aren't interesting, but like this is definitely one where I'm like, sorry, wait, what?
Yeah,
in terms of
crazy. It's like, how'd you pull it off? It's like
incredible.
Beating Dark Souls with
a guitar
controller,
like a Rock Band guitar controller. We both had that idea. I love it.
And so here is a clip. Hold on, gotta turn up our volume.
Power on. Auxiliary in.
And make sure.
So I've been playing Breath of the Wild with my ocarina, and this is how my first guardian went. Where are you? No, Link! Wait! Oh my goodness.
fascinating.
Yes! Finally!
She did
Oh
it.
my gosh!
She
Oh
beat
my
Calamity Ganon the other day too.
Oh my god, I need to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
That is incredible. I was trying to get the name of it exactly. Oh dear.
She just posted this in the Zelda Reddit subreddit.
Okay, yeah.
As always, you guys will have access to our...
Oh yeah, it's GV Mimi. That's
Yeah,
we said it
GV
was-
Mimi
yeah.
is her name.
Yeah.
And as always, you guys have access to the PowerPoint.
We only have like we only do so much for this, but it's worth checking out. This was
Yeah, it's amazing. I couldn't embed the video because Google Sheets only, or not Google Sheets, Google Slides only really allows Google Drive videos and YouTube. But as always, you guys have access to these slides. We post them, publish them to the web, and then I post the link in our descriptions.
Yes.
So this is just wild. Breath
It
of
is.
the Wild.
Yeah. Ocarina of the Wild. Okay. All right.
And speaking of wild, this next one's not actually that wild. So an employee was fired from GameStop for leaking the Tears of the Kingdom OLED Switch a day before it was announced. Keep in mind, it was already rumored in December of last year.
Yeah.
And this, on the right-hand side of the screen, that is the picture he posted to Reddit. It is a GameStop inventory screen, and it shows a new Switch. And it doesn't really say, it doesn't say, hey, this is a Zelda Switch or anything.
Yeah.
So the leak was more speculative than anything, and given that Nintendo has a history of releasing special edition consoles, Splatoon 3, Pokemon, Mario, this wasn't a surprise, but he still got fired for it because, you know, it is against...
Companies like that don't want any form like we do hear some stories about leaks, and obviously there was a story about some sensitive government or Pentagon information leaking out on Reddit and everything. But so imagine like any form of, even if it's just something minor as this, it doesn't fully say what's happening. Companies like GameStop are going to stop it immediately. And I'm sure like from the behest of Nintendo, because they want to be the ones to announce this. They want to be the ones to say,
well, that
here's what we're doing.
and sharing this information is against, you know, the rules of behavior and it's against company policy to leak information. So it's not like it's fired without cause, but you know, it still sucks. But that is a risk you take when you leak something like this, even if it's innocent.
yeah.
That said, I'm not saying leaks are a bad thing. I mean, you know, Edward Snowden leaked all that NSA stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that didn't actually really change anything. It just let us know how much of a dystopia we already lived in.
Yeah.
But
You are correct, but still.
we live in a nightmare. Oh God. Florida recently made it easier for people who sexually abuse children to get the death penalty, which is great.
Okay.
But Florida has also made it that basically, you know, seeking out trans care or being trans, dressing in drag, those are sexual assaults against children.
So, as you said, this is all a ploy to target the trans community even more.
Yeah. I am embarrassed to live in America.
Man, I've tried to move to Canada. I'm sure it's not. I mean, we act like it's the utopia that we all wanted, but I'm sure there's problems there too.
There's problems there, but God, America, get your act together. So we're gonna watch the final Tears of the Kingdom trailer.
All right, trying to imagine a better world, better life.
And let's go.
I mean, would you rather be dealing with the monsters and the?
I would rather live in the world of Zelda.
Okay. Honestly, I would too. Because apparently, like I think in Wind Waker, there's a thing like a Game Boy or Game Boy Advance in that. You know, because
Tingle Tuner.
yeah. Where are we dropping, boys? The whole Sky Island things is just such a cool idea.
Turn this down a little bit.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But yes, it is a very cool idea.
Yeah. Ooh, what's that thing? What's that? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, I swear.
Is that a Zonai swirl?
I'm having flashbacks of that one giant, like, sandworm thing. Sorry.
I knew who you were thinking of.
Yeah. Nice. Well, that was a bit of Resident Evil there.
Zelda, we rely on your knight and that legendary sword he carries. Our last line of defense will be Link.
Link.
Look at this door. Sorry.
Not that too.
Sorry. I definitely want to see what other better content creators can do. They got that water worm, is that a water eel thing?
It's something only I can do.
Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world.
There he is, folks.
He looks badass.
Y'all been thirsting for him for a while now.
But you are not alone. Link. You are our final hope.
And yes, it has been announced Matt Mercer is voicing Ganondorf.
I heard him. That voice says so.
It is officially confirmed.
Yeah, yeah.
Link. You must find me.
Music gives me chills.
Oh yeah, music's great.
Feel
But
the hairs on the back of my neck standing
but
up.
I do have to ask: were you one of those people that was hoping that Zelda would be a playable character, or at least like an assist character?
No, I figured she wouldn't. But it would have been cool, but I wasn't gonna hold my breath.
I understand. There looks like there was a Zoran character that was at least fighting alongside you in that one.
Oh yeah.
Zora.
Zora.
Yeah, sorry.
Sidon. That was definitely Sidon.
Okay.
You know, you can see some of the champions, the new champions, in the trailer, as well as a new species. Is this the Zonai everyone obsesses over constantly?
Yeah.
And there was a very pretty Gerudo, I think.
Oh yeah.
Gerudo.
Yeah. I mean, aren't Gerudos all beautiful?
Yes, they are. Gerudo girlfriend win.
As a Twilight Princess fan, I was simply hoping we'd see those weird chicken hit people.
I know what you're thinking of, the like a cuckoo or whatever they're called.
I keep thinking they're chocobos, but they're not. That's Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be a fun game. I look forward to it, and I actually had someone reach out to me because I created that big old 100% Zelda checklist.
Oh yes.
For all the mainline games. And I had someone actually reach out to me. They're like, "Hey, are you planning on adding Tears of the Kingdom to this?" And I am going to add it. I'm going to take a couple weeks to actually play the game when it comes out, as
Okay.
well as for more strategy guides to help me
Okay.
actually create the checklist.
Mhm.
But yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's already been some memes about like with the sort of like glue ability or that that whatever that ability is called, fuse ability. There's already people imagining like Link making freaking Gundams or giant mechs or something. I don't think they'll let you go that far, but like
Zelda, I fused myself to a pickle. I'm Pickle Link.
that was not that funny. But I don't know why I reacted.
It's not that funny.
No.
Oh my god.
But by all means, this is by far my most anticipated game coming out this year. Still excited for Street Fighter 6. Still rooting for that. But there's just so much this game is already from the trailers is looking to offer so much, and
This is shaping up to be a good year for games. We
yes.
got Tears of the Kingdom. We got the Battle Network collection. We got,
yes.
Advanced Boot Camp, or Advanced Wars rather.
Oh yeah, Advanced Wars looks great.
Which I don't really have an interest in that game, but I know a lot of people like it.
It was always like I tried the demo for it back when like Walmart would let you play demos of games in their store.
Mm-hmm.
So that was way back. But from what little I played, it was fun.
But yeah, and so now Jordan is going to take just a few moments of your time.
Yes, because we don't have a really graphic for this so far, but I did finally find time to watch the Tetris movie available on Apple TV Plus, starring Taylor Edgerton as Hank Rogers, and I want to make sure I get the name right because they actually did get some Russian actors to play in this movie. And I ended the IMDb a moment ago. What is going on with this? I used to logo on IMDb, but it's coming more close. Okay, so they have Nikita Efanoff playing Alexei Pajinov. I apologize if I didn't say that name right. But by all means, the hype is real for this movie. This is a very well done little biopic about the crazy drama turns around with trying to get the international rights to Tetris outside of Moscow, Russia, and everything, and the fighting between Hank Rogers' Bulletproof Games that he partnered with Nintendo of America and freaking like a Mirrorsoft, the once billion-dollar gaming company that used to do a lot of ports for stuff in Europe and everything. It was pretty crazy, and I feel like so many of the actors did a very solid performance here, and actually I thought it was kind of neat they would do. Again, this is all be a spoiler-free review. I am going to try my best to not say anything, even though I'm sure some of this information is available for the public out there. You can, I'm sure you can, Google or research or see some well-made videos about this, but I felt like as a biopic it was pretty solid, like getting into Hank Rogers' obsession with the game Tetris, or seeing the potential this could be, and generally the guy had a lot of love and respect for Alexei, and actually the little bit that where the two actors interacted in terms of like just their passion for game design and everything, because Hank Rogers did try and make his own game called Go, which was sort of like this Japanese computer game.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Didn't quite work out. So like him trying to get a feeling of that, but also seeing the potential for Tetris. Yeah, it was all real captivating, and I feel like this is
Good movie night material.
Oh yeah. This is. I grab there are so many streaming services. I haven't really gotten committed to Apple TV, mainly because I don't have like an Apple thing. I got Samsung.
This is not an Apple household.
I don't have no problem with Apple per se, but it's just like I've never really saw the need for Apple products. But if you were going to entice me with getting Apple TV and getting an Apple phone to watch this kind of stuff, I would say Tetris is definitely up there. Like, and obviously there's other shows that people have been telling me are great, like of course Ted Lasso and Severance. People have been gushing about those movies or those shows for quite a while. But this is like one where I caught it at my cousin's house, and yeah, it's that good. You know, I would definitely hope it gets nominated for at least some Oscars because I feel like the thing is like. You know, because not only are there parts of the movie that are in Russian, there's parts of the movie that are in Japanese as well, and I feel like just seeing the performances by themselves, even characters are just purely speaking Russian, you could at least understand what they're trying to convey if you don't know the exact details. Like for instance, like a corrupt KGB operative who's trying to get money off of Microsoft or anything, or trying to close in cut that deal. And seeing what he's willing to do, even though you know exactly what he's saying, the way he says it and how the other characters look when he says it, of how he's threatening them to go along with Microsoft, it's well done. And the actor's name, again, I want to give praise to that because, Igor Gabishov, I believe, playing Valentin Trifonov. Again, not Russian. I'm like Hank Rogers. I don't know my Russian, so I might be butchering this. But he was great in that. As a great antagonist for this as well, and just I feel like this is definitely one to check out, or definitely one if you were going to do a free trial for Apple TV Plus. I would definitely say this would be one of the first things to watch.
Tetris.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a game you can't get out of your head.
I love Tetris.
It is something to where it's a simple design, 4 blocks, many different combinations of said blocks, and trying your best to keep up with it and not get fully stacked and everything. That's, even though it's simple, it's a very effective, and it has a lasting power. Like,
it has replayability too.
People still do Tetris 99 matches and everything like that. It has lasting power,
I try to play perfect Tetris games, and
nobody's ever tried to do 3D Tetris, or maybe they have, and I don't know, but you don't see them trying to reinvent it or anything like they did with Pac-Man.
There was a Tetris game. I don't remember if it actually released, but the idea was you used this peripheral that measured your heartbeat. You just attached it to your finger, and it attached to the N64 controller, and it would speed up depending on your pulse.
Oh, that is at least interesting. I'd definitely like to see, maybe there's, some information more about that.
There it is. I haven't pulled it up.
Okay, yeah. This is the first time I'm hearing about this, so. But as I said, not trying to give too much away. I really had a good time with this. This is as good as people are saying it is.
Go watch it if you're able to.
Yes. So, and I believe that's about it for today's episode. Yeah.
As always, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay cool.
And good ideas have no borders.